It's time for Coach's Comments, being brought to you by Southside Auto Tech. After the Stars defeat the Des Moines Buccaneers tonight by a 5-4 score, I'm Joel Norman, joined by the head coach of the Stars, Rocky Russo. And Rocky, this is one you got the start to the weekend that you wanted here tonight. What was the biggest thing that stood out with tonight's victory?
You know, I thought we were really good for 2 periods. We really stuck to our identity. We made a couple mistakes, obviously. First one's a tough one. Obviously goes off the referee's foot and ends up right on their tape. The next 2 goals are our mistakes. And I told the guys exactly how they would score, and then they went and scored exactly the way that we told them they would. But we're not going to play perfect. We just have to understand where we can take chances and where we can't. And making board-to-board passes coming out of our zone is probably a situation where probably shouldn't be taking those chances. But our resiliency was there. When you're dominating the game the way we were and it's still 3-2, that can be a frustrating situation because you're doubling them up in shots and you're carrying the pace of play, and you've got chance after chance. We had a couple pucks go through the goalie and not find the back of the net. So, I thought we were doing some really good things and not necessarily getting rewarded for them. And unfortunately, we kind of stepped away from that in the third period. And I'm pretty frustrated by that because that's the 4th or 5th time this year where we've really laid an egg in the third and allowed our opponent to hang around. And if you're going to be a championship caliber team, that just can't happen. So that's something that we have to clean up. But obviously, we're super excited and grateful for the opportunity to play in front of our fans and get obviously a really, really big win.
You talked about that second period, 19 shots on goal in it, a lot of stuff going well. What do you want to replicate from that period into tomorrow's game?
We put pucks in the right spaces. We broke pucks out quickly. There was really good puck support. We were touching pucks first in the offensive zone. We were transitioning into defense. We took care of the neutral zone. And obviously that's how we want to play. We have one recipe for success here, and when we deviate from it, you see we aren't even the same team. And if you look in the third period, we gave up 21 shots. It's embarrassing how bad we were in the third period. But fortunately we had a little bit of a cushion there, and we were able to find a way to pull it out at the end.
What can you say about the efforts from Keaton Peters and Ryan Spinelli tonight? 4 points for Peters, 3 for Spinelli.
I thought that whole line was really good, obviously, with BMO as well. Those guys played really well. They were kind of the engine tonight, but I really thought the other line that was excellent was the Mexico line. Mexico, Yavash, and Loomer in his first game. Those guys brought a lot of energy. They played a consistent shift all night. They did things the right way. They had a lot of offensive zone possession time, and they were 2 lines that I could really rely on.
It was nice to see Loomer get some chances early on. Probably really nice to see Yavash get that big goal early on. He was a guy, he was due for a big tally.
Yeah, Yavi had a bunch of chances tonight. He probably could have had 2 or 3. But those guys just stuck with it. They didn't really deviate from what they were trying to do. They understood the assignment, and they were able to execute.
Well, Rocky, enjoy this victory. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Des Moines.
Thanks, Joel.
That's the head coach of the Stars, Rocky Russo, joining us. And this has been Coach's Comments, brought to you by Southside Auto Tech.